In this world, we all have a recurring dream. Everything feels off, familiar yet strange. Like a dream after a heavy meal, a dream you can't quite place. For example, the sheets I slept on, the tea in the cupboard, it all belongs to a brand I don't recognize, like I'm in a tea shop that sells only one kind, and in my heart, or maybe my gut, something tells me something's not right, like I'm in the wrong dream. What is this dream? Is it real, or is there something more to it? Something beyond our understanding. Today, we'll hear stories of people who claim to have been to another world. They say they were dreaming. Stories that will take us to the edge of reality, starting with Lerina Garcia. Are we truly alone in this universe? Or do our dreams, those uncharted territories of the mind, hold the key to other worlds? Those uncharted territories of the mind. Our story begins in 2008 with a woman named Lerina Garcia. Let's meet Lerina Garcia. She lives and works in the city of Sao Paulo. It's a normal day for her, just like any other. Lerina wakes up and starts her day, but something is off. The sheets are a different color, they aren't hers. The clothes on the chair are also different, and Lerina's confused. Her car is gone. Now things are getting really strange. Her partner, the person she lives with, is nowhere to be found. A man she doesn't know is there, claiming he's always lived there. Lerina's world is turned upside down. She feels like she's in a dream. She tries to remember her life, her past, but nothing makes sense. Lerina wonders if she's somehow on a different Earth, a parallel Earth where her life is different. What will she do now that she's in this strange, unfamiliar place? In 1954, in the bustling city of Tokyo, Japan was rebuilding. At Haneda Airport, people were coming and going from all over the world. Our story begins here, in this seemingly ordinary airport. On a seemingly ordinary day, people were getting off of a plane. You could tell by their luggage they had traveled far. Among them, a man dressed like everyone else, but he looked different. He looked out of place. He went to passport control like everyone else. He gave his passport to the officer. The officer looked it over and became confused. Something wasn't right. The passport said he was from a country called Taured, a country that wasn't on any map, a country no one had ever heard of. The man insisted Taured was a real country, and importantly, it was located between France and Spain. He pointed to the map in the area of Andorra, believing his country should be right there. He seemed to expect them to know it. The passport officer, concerned, called his supervisor. Things were getting serious. The man was questioned at the airport, and his belongings were searched. It was like a scene from a movie. He had currency from several European countries, a Taured driver's license, and he spoke multiple languages. He said he was there on business, but the officials couldn't find any record of Taured. It was like it didn't exist. The man was put up in a hotel room for the night, with guards posted outside his door. The next morning the officials went to question him further, but the room was empty. The man from Taured was gone without a trace, vanished into thin air. The man from Taured became a mystery. A mystery that makes us wonder about unseen places and hidden worlds. A mystery that continues to capture our imaginations. Our journey takes us to a small village in England, Woolpit in Suffolk. Imagine rolling hills, quaint villages, and a simple life. Think about how people lived back then, and now let's meet someone who changed this village forever. This is the story of two children who appeared in the village one day. The villagers were working in the fields. They looked up and saw something unbelievable. The children had green skin. They looked lost. The villagers were confused. Were they fairies? Were they dangerous? Were they lost and in need of help? The children spoke a language no one understood. It was like they were from another world. They were scared, hungry, lost and helpless. The kind villagers gave them food and shelter. At first, the children refused to eat. They said they came from a land called St. Martin's Land, where it was always twilight. They talked about wandering through a cave and finding themselves in this new place. Over time, they adjusted to their new life, and their green skin faded away. Their green skin faded, and they learned to speak English. Sadly, the boy became sick and died. But the girl stayed in Woolpit, learned English, and even got married. The story of the green children of Woolpit remains a mystery, a legend, a puzzle, and something we may never fully understand. It shows us that the unexplained can happen. even in the most ordinary places. Scene 5. Echoes of Time. Let's travel to England, to Liverpool, to Bold Street, a place full of history and interesting things. Lots of people walk down this street. Echoes of time are here, but it's hidden. Many people talk about strange things happening here, moments out of time, overlapping with the present, like in the movie Goblin. These echoes of time, we call them time slips. They're rare, but they can surprise people. Imagine you're walking down Bold Street. You see the city and lots of people. You're in the Victorian era, surrounded by things that seem to whisper stories of the past. Then in the blink of an eye, you see something strange, something that shouldn't be there. It could be a shop selling old things or people wearing old-fashioned clothes. Before you know what happened, the time slip ends and you're back in the city you know. Is Bold Street a place where time gets mixed up? A place where history comes alive, talking to the present? Are these time slips just tricks of the mind, or are they glimpses into another time, a time that exists alongside our own? Welcome back, Visions of Reality. Our exploration into other worlds leads us to a man who spent his life pondering the nature of reality, Philip K. Dick. Dick's works like Blade Runner, Total Recall, and A Scanner Darkly question what it means to be human, what is real, and how we perceive things. Like Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, they delve into the human condition. Imagine people in a city or a small town. But for Dick, exploring other worlds went beyond simple curiosity. Like someone standing on a carousel Was Dick's mind a gateway to other worlds, or was it simply a struggle, born from a creative mind unable to settle for the ordinary, like a writer crafting his story? The mystery remains, but Philip K. Dick's life and work reveal the power of imagination and the many things beyond our grasp, like when we ponder the vastness of space. Episode 7, The Mandela Effect. All over the world there's this strange thing happening where lots of people remember things differently than how they actually happened. It's called the Mandela Effect. This effect is named after Nelson Mandela, and it messes with people's memories of history. It makes you question what you remember and if your memories are even real. Kind of like in the movie Run, Lola, Run. Let's take the example of Nelson Mandela's death. Many people remember Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, but Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990, became president of South Africa, and died in 2013. Another example is the children's book series Berenstain Bears. Many people remember it as Berenstain Bears with an E, not an A. They even remember seeing it in the movie Stromberg. These two examples show how many people have false memories, from movie quotes to historical events. How can we explain these things? Are these false memories? Do they point to something else? Is the Matrix actually real? Those who believe in the Mandela Effect say these false memories are glimpses into other realities where things happened differently. Others say the Mandela Effect is just our brains playing tricks on us, making us remember things incorrectly, kind of like in the cartoon Pinky and the Brain. Even if we don't have all the answers, the Mandela Effect shows us that our world can be stranger than we think. The unknown. It's fascinating, isn't it? As we journey into this fascinating unknown, we encounter something that captivates us all. Do other worlds exist alongside ours, or are they truly out there, filled with wonders we can't even begin to imagine? These mysteries, things beyond our current understanding, push us to question the very nature of what we know. Are they glimpses into other dimensions? Is it proof that our reality isn't the only one? Or are they simply figments of our imagination, like stories of ghosts and alien encounters? Indeed, like many captivating mysteries, it's shrouded in the unknown, like the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. But perhaps that's precisely what makes it so fascinating. The things we don't understand inspire us, challenge us to expand our minds, to connect, to wonder, and to dream. It's like we want to climb a mountain just to see what's on the other side and be amazed. This unknown reminds us of how little we truly know about the universe and our place in it, like the mystery of the deep ocean.